Hey, I'm Scott, the Golf Strength Coach, and welcome back to my very humble garage gym. So in this video, I wanted to give you an exercise that you can do at home for training your legs. If you don't have any sort of equipment at home to work with, this is a great exercise that you can do basically every other day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and it requires no equipment, or you can ultimately, once you get proficient at it and your legs develop some strength, you can load it up with a little bit of weight as well with dumbbells. So what it is, it's called the horse stance. And years ago I trained in a dragon style of Kung Fu, and the horse stance, if you've never seen any Kung Fu training videos or just Kung Fu movies or whatever, it's the foundational training stance that you learn at the very beginning of your training, and you use it basically to build strength in your legs. And here's how it works. So just putting your hands on your hips, what you want to do first is rotate on the balls of your feet so that your heels are pointed behind you at 45 degrees. Then you're going to rotate on your heels until your feet are angled out at 45 degrees. Rotate on the balls again, on the heels, and then on the balls of the feet. When you're finished up, the way I learned how to do the horse stance was to try and keep the feet parallel to one another and pointing straight forward. This creates a lot more tension down in the ankles, the Achilles, and up into the calf. And you'll see this stance performed with the toes pointed out a bit, and that allows you to get deeper into the stance. Since we're trying to train the whole leg as efficiently as possible and all the way down into our feet, try to keep those feet pointed straight forward and the feet parallel to one another. Obviously, if you've got any knee issues or ankle issues, this might prove to be difficult. I sprained my right ankle severely years ago, and so it's hard for me to get that right foot pointed straight forward. And even as I'm pushing 60 now, trying to get that left foot pointing straight forward also proves to be somewhat difficult. So once you get into that stance, you want to sink down by feeling your knees rotate outward. You're nice and tall in your torso, and you sink down basically as low as you can go. You're going to feel a lot more tension in your ankles and in your Achilles at this point. You want to feel that your butt is tucked under your torso. Sink down. You're going to feel tension on the inside of your legs and the groin a little bit, in your quads, inside part of the leg, in your glutes, and all the way down into your feet. And you get down as low as you can, and you just hold it. Nice and tall posture. Again, this is what it looks like from the side. Chest up and tall. And that's what it looks like. So basically we go through that routine with the rotations on our feet to get the appropriate width. We don't want to be too wide with this stance. That allows us to cheat and get down really low. And it stretches, creates more tension up into the groin than what we want to feel in our quads. That's really where we want the most work being done. So once you get used to that proper width, then you can just kind of step out and this way. And it's about a shoulder width and a half, somewhere between 1.5 to 2 shoulder widths apart that your feet should be. Probably closer to 1.5, depending on the width of your shoulders. And then sink down, and you hold it as long as you can. Ultimately, you want to try and get up to about 2 minutes holding that, and then you can start adding weight and doing extra sets of it. So the way I train it with the dumbbells is I just let the dumbbells rest on top of my leg, and I hold it this way, keeping the torso nice and tall, chest out. and just hold it. You know, what's going to happen is your legs are going to start shaking at some point. When you get to that point, what you want to do is try and slowly count to 10, focusing on your breath. And once you get to 10, then come up out of the stance. When you're working multiple sets, then give yourself 1 minute in between sets, and then get back down and hold it for as long as you can again. So that's your horse stance. That is a nice solid exercise. It's not as efficient as training the legs as the squat. It's efficient at training the legs, but it doesn't train nearly as much muscle mass. So that's why we have to add additional exercises to the horse stance to get the equivalent of what we're trying to do with the squat. But it's still a great exercise to train at home, or perhaps you're on the road on a vacation, you know, for a week or so. You can continue to train your legs while you're on a trip if you don't have access to a gym. And really good solid exercise. Okay, so that's it for this video. I hope you check out golfstrengthcoach.com, and we'll see you down the road.